My favorite Roald Dahl book. Written and illustrated by Pink Bubbles 5. My favorite Roald Dahl book is by far Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator. First of all, there is a lot of humor. I think it is funny when the Oompa Loompas sing whenever there is some sort of problem or lesson. For example, they sing, "Oh, hallelujah and hooray, our Willy Wonka's back today," when Mr. Wonka comes back from outer space. I also thought it was funny when I found out that the older people never get out of bed. When the older people try to get in their bed, which was in outer space, they scream like crazy. Why were they screaming? They were screaming because they do not like getting out of bed. Since they are in outer space, there is no gravity to keep them in their bed. They fly around the elevator like birds. They have not been out of bed in over 20 years. Now can you see why I think that part is funny? I hope so. I think another humorous part is when Mr. Wonka gets a letter. The letter is way too long to write, so I'm only writing the best part. To Mr. Willy Wonka. I wish to show the gratitude of the nation by inviting all 8 of those incredibly brave astronauts, which was the older people, Mr. Wonka and Charlie, to come and stay in the White House for a few days as my honored guests. Sincerely, the President of the United States. Mr. Wonka was so excited he flew out the door. Except he had to get the older people out of bed. But the older people do not have any clothes. Since they stay in bed all day, they don't need any. Although there are a lot of funny things in this book, there are also a lot of silly people. For example, Mr. Wonka is a central character. Whenever someone asks him a hard question, he just changes the subject and moves on. Another group of silly characters are the Vermicious Knids. They are globbery aliens shaped like eggs and have one big, red, frightening eye. Although they are the meanest aliens in the universe, I personally think they are clumsy and silly. Grandma Georgina is silly too. She says silly things and also never gets out of bed. Finally, Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator is interesting. Mr. Wonka says interesting things. He says that the shooting stars in the sky are actually Vermicious Knids bouncing off the surface of the earth. The surface of the earth is so hot that it's meant to explode any Vermicious Knid that tries to come to the earth and destroy people. I was not expecting a space hotel. It has air inside so that people can breathe. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Here's how the whole outer space thing got started. They were all in the elevator. Grandma Josephine thinks Mr. Wonka is crazy and would not let go of his arm. That kept him from pushing the button that makes the elevator stop, so they eventually went into outer space. As you can obviously see, Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator is the best Roald Dahl book there is.